Okay, cool. And we're live. Let me check because last week we actually had an issue where it created a new live stream. But this, okay, we're good.
Nice. Hello,
Sweet.
everyone.
Hi everybody. Oh,
Hi.
there we go. There's the thumbs down.
Oh
No, I
no.
want thumbs up. Sweet. Happy Hump Day.
Happy Home
Yes.
Day. It's been a it's been a while since I've been, but Pearson's been doing this
Yeah.
on his own. So glad to give him company once more.
Yeah. No, it's great to have you back. I think everybody's missed your face.
um,
How was how was travels?
Travels were amazing. I was in Europe. I went to Germany, Italy, and France, and yeah, it was first time in France and Italy, and amazing. It was awesome. You know, just made me think of all the cool podcasts. Europeans can make. Because there's just so many cool foods and cultural sites and everything to talk about. So if anyone is from Europe, please drop something in the chat. Would love to hear about what people on that continent are working with. What kind of podcasts you guys are creating.
Uh, totally. Yeah, croissant podcast. A croissant versus a baguette.
Oh
And
yes.
it's a podcast
Yeah.
about breads.
Yeah, I got so spoiled for croissants. Like they make croissants so fresh, like every day, like at 5. And like I actually, for the first time, I actually had a good croissant, and I was like, and then I had a dry croissant, and I was like, oh, I can't go back now. It's insane. Like
Right.
it's night and day. It's just like supposed to melt in your mouth, and I'm like, what is this? So
It's
now,
so yeah, so true. I mean, I remember I went to Paris once and I did the same thing. I was like, what am I eating in the US? I mean, this is like a dry piece of like cardboard now compared to like the croissants over there. It's crazy.
yeah, no, they have crazy standards. So in France, like they have this really high bar. So you have to tell if you make stuff from scratch, like you call yourself a boulangerie, but if you don't, you
Mm.
have to like you can't use that word. And so that's like a one way to kind of filter. Even though their factory made stuff is also way better than the US because they use less preservative, but like it's so easy
Mm.
just to like with the labels and stuff be like, all right, you literally made this in your kitchen 2 hours ago. I can tell, like it's so
Ah,
easy, right? So the transparency of the supply chain is just like, I don't know. It's like
interesting.
sounds obvious, but I've just as someone who hasn't experienced it, you're like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Right.
Labels. We should have more
Totally.
labels.
More labels, fresher food.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
It's like one of those things. It's like I'm super interested about the future of like food and supply chain. I think the way that 50 years ago, the way that food was created, it was much more processed than it was today, or like 30 years ago. I mean, like what our parents kind of grew up with, like a lot of soda, like cigarettes, foods. Still today, it's not great, but I think people are thinking more about organics, organic
right, yeah.
produce, and like less packaging, less plastics. It's at least it's a thought process. And I wonder in 20 years from now, like I'm really optimistic that we're going to see a like relocalization of supply chains. And so you're going to see farms closer to a lot of urban centers, whether vertical farming, which is hard in itself,
Yeah.
or like I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
So
I do think so. And I actually think drones are going to play a huge role in terms of
yeah,
vertically centered farms, like the vertical farms and stuff, because you can
totally.
have them and then you can have deliveries and stuff using drones and stuff. That's going to make
Yeah.
I think that'll be really cool because then you can actually get
Right.
cheap, deliver fresh farm to table stuff. So it'll be
Right,
interesting.
right, right.
But
And also, I wanted to ask everybody in the chat real quick, like how does my volume sound? Is it a little low? I think last week I was traveling, um, and it might have been a little bit low. So apologies for that. Just let me know if the volume sounds good or if it's a little low. Let me know. Um, but I'm next to my mic. Cool. It'd be cool to have captions. Okay, so Tour Frenchy Lounge. I don't know how to
yeah,
say
well,
this word.
thanks for this. Oh, captions. I don't know if Riverside does them. Like that would be cool, I guess. To have.
Oh, interesting.
I
Oh,
don't know. I mean, that
captions
would
in
have to
the
be
live
live.
stream.
I mean, they are live. I've seen live transcriptions before, but I don't know if it's built in
Let's see.
to the
Yeah,
site.
that would be interesting. I don't know. I'll look into that. Maybe next week we'll see it. Um, but I
Yeah,
don't
we
know if
could.
we
I mean,
have.
the YouTube recordings would probably, because you can do the CC subtitles. I don't know if that works on lives. It probably does once you. Yeah, but,
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure. But yeah, sorry about that. But we'll be speaking English today, not French, because I don't know French.
yeah.
But okay, sounds good. It looks like we're volume levels are fine. So, uh, you know, if this is your first day at a weekly Wednesday, I see a solid number of people on the call and a solid number of familiar faces as well. Um, I'm Pearson. This is Bilal. We're the team behind Jellypod, and every Wednesday we do a live stream at 10 a.m. Pacific time, talking about new features that we've released in the last week or the last few weeks, ways people are using the platform, showcasing what you all are creating, what's upcoming on our roadmap, and giving you a chance to kind of um, provide feedback live and ask questions live to us about what Jellypod is, how to better use Jellypod, what other people are using, and just like kind of grow together as a community and help each other out. So every Wednesday at 10 a.m., we do this, and we don't come in with agenda really, and we just have a discussion about anything we kind of want to talk about. So please ask questions in the chat. Hopefully, we can make this engaging. If you want to share a link to a podcast you're creating, please do. Last week, actually, Michael was on the chat, and I had a call with him after. Michael was the Reptile podcast, and who shared he had like 15,000 monthly listeners to his podcast, and that was really cool to
Wow,
hear.
amazing.
Um, yeah, like super cool. Like we talked afterwards. So Michael, if you're here, your case study will come out soon. I'm writing that up. But yeah, so Lori, hey, nice to meet you. Great to see you.
Welcome.
Jelly, yeah, Jellypod is a AI podcast studio that allows you to have creative control over the entire podcasting process. Um, we're a human first studio where you can come to Jellypod, create a host, give them a backstory, clone your own voice or select a voice, and then create a virtual podcast between AI hosts that discuss content from either your business, from a website, from a PDF, a PowerPoint, all these sort of documents, and then easily be able to create that podcast audio, distribute it to Spotify, to YouTube, to Apple Podcasts, edit the transcript to make sure everything sounds perfect. We give you video, we give you audio, we'd have analytics built in. So we're an end-to-end podcast studio where you can create a podcast from an idea in just a few minutes. So that's kind of what we are at a very high level, but glad to see you, glad to meet you.
Yeah,
If that helps, let me know.
and give us a shot. Like we you can have 1,000 credits when you just sign up without needing a subscription. Just try out cloning your voice or creating hosts and publish some episodes. And if you like it, please you can upgrade then.
Right.
Saga.
So I don't know what this acronym is. Do you know, Bull?
No, Sagaftra. Let's see.
SAG-AFTRA. It was protected. Um,
Uh, Union Film Productions. Interesting. SAG-AFTRA.
yeah, I mean, Lori, if you want to explain a little bit about what that is, and what you mean by protected, like all the hosts that you create are your hosts. Like other people can't use them. Uh, the voices that you choose, they're um, the professionally recorded voices that we have the rights to use, and you can use if you upload a sample of your own voice. That's your voice. You can do whatever you want, and yeah. So I guess it's the union for actors. So I don't necessarily understand entirely like what you mean by protected when using Jellypod, but you can come uh, create your own host, Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it's your
right,
you own you can use it commercially, non-commercially, whatever. You own the rights to
right.
the content you create on Jellypod. So
Yeah, totally. It's let's see. Okay, cool. Hopefully it helped, Lori. Let me know if it didn't. And we're also in the chat all the time. We can discuss, or we can hop on a call 101. Um, so let me just pop this up. Monica, hey Monica. So I use Jellypod to create tools for intercultural leadership training. Are you planning to add more personas accents to expand the options? Yeah. So I mean, we have over 100 different personas and accents today, and you can. So there's three ways. There's three types of host voices that you can do. Um, there's a library of about 100 professional voices that are across all these different languages and accents. Every voice, this is like critical. We just rolled out a change today that makes this a little bit more clear. But every voice in that library can speak every language that we support. So if you create a host that you want to speak in English, that's obvious. But if you create a host that you want to speak in French or in Italian, um, you could just use the same voice. It'll just speak in Italian or French or um, any of our other 29 supported languages. So you don't really have to worry about uh, changing the voice to another voice because of language support. Every voice supports everything. Some of them, though, might have an accent that's better. So if you might want to choose a French accent, which is going to be sound better.
Yeah. And we have voice design, which is another option. So you can, if you really want to customize, you have an exact image of the voice you want, you can use the voice design option to create a voice as well.
Right. Totally. So, and awesome. Thanks, Monica. I mean, that's great to hear. Love it. These make my day. I mean, talking to people, Noel, I know you're in here, and Michael, we talked last week, and um, these like make our day. So thanks so much when you share these. And Lori, I see we have a bunch of questions in the chat. We're coming down. Don't worry. We'll get to all of them. Correct. You know, if you create a voice in the AI on Jellypod, nobody can use it. It's just your voice. Make money from your voice. Nope. It's just all yours. Um, yeah. End of story. I mean, it's yours. No worries about that at all. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's see. Love the
We're
chat.
getting
This
lots
is
of questions
great.
today. This is good.
You want to go? You want to take this one, Bull?
We do the Repticon reptile shows on Jellypod. Ooh, quick
Yeah,
question.
this is
Total
who I was just
listens.
talking
Is that
about.
a
Yeah.
click on play or full listen? Um, that's a good question. Let me recall. I have to check. I think it's like a minimum duration that counts as a listen, right, Pearson? I know you were
Right.
in there. Is it what 2 seconds or something? Something or
Yeah,
5?
I don't know the minimum duration, so it's a click on play and like a minimum duration. It's not a full listen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty like YouTube, Spotify. Everybody kind of have some threshold. They do something behind the scenes, but for us, it's like I think you have to listen to a few seconds of
Yeah.
it,
And we're
but not a
definitely,
full
and
listen.
Pearson actually rolled out some really cool analytic upgrades last week, making the analytics dashboard, way faster, performance with. And we're probably going to, as, we evolve, we're probably going to add more nuanced metrics as well. Right now, this is just more industry standard metrics, but we definitely want to get more granular and stuff. And that's one thing, we probably, because we really, analytics is what, like 2 months old. And so our first goal was just to have some basic metrics out there. With Jellypod, we actually control, like at least on the page itself, we have a lot more visibility. And so we can give you, more granular metrics on the page. Now, we might not be able to do that with Spotify or Apple because they control it. So we're kind of limited on that sense on what Apple or Spotify provide us or YouTube provide us. But we have talked about like the actual custom website page to have much more granular analytics, and it really comes down to
Right.
us digging into the details on how many people use the page versus these other platforms. And right now, I think it's more skewed towards Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Obviously,
Right.
we do want obviously our own platform pages to get up there as well. And if that happens, we're gonna devote more resources to making the pages and analytics better on that side.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And so that I called that out too on the analytics platform. So just you won't see analytics for your video plays on your custom website right now. It's just purely like distribution to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything else. So just note that that's like the minimum threshold. You might have actually some more views, and that's something that's coming down the pipeline, and it's just we haven't built it yet. So
Yeah.
I just want to show Lori. Yep, cool, awesome. Uh, and then Emily. Hi, Emily. Nice to meet you. How many 11 Labs voice clones can I upload to my account? I have two uploaded, but I'd like to replace one of them. I'm having trouble uploading it. So your voice clones from 11 Labs, if you have one over there, PVC. So these are professional voice clones only. So make sure that that's the first thing. So 11 Labs, they have two types of voice clones: professional voice clones, which require like 30 minutes of audio, and then instant voice clones, which require like 10 seconds or something. Um, Instant voice clones can't be imported to Jellypod. Those are 11 Labs only. Professional voice clones can. So make sure it's a professional voice clone, not an instant voice clone. Um, and there isn't a limit that we impose today on this. So you can bring in as many professional voice clones from your own 11 Labs account to Jellypod and use them. But if you're having trouble with it, let me know. Maybe there was a bug that happened this morning. If this was this morning, hopefully not. But yeah, let me know. We'll take a look too. So if you just want to ping us in chat, I can take a look for you, Emily. So sorry about that if you're having trouble. Cool, awesome, Monica. Yeah, let me know if you need any help here, grammar and accents. And then this is kind of related to you, Peter. Hopefully you're still on here, but any advice when I can't get the pronunciation of a specific word right? Been struggling with depot today, which keeps coming out as deep. Oh, it should be depot, right? Or is it actually you want this pronounced depot? UK English pronunciation issue. Interesting, right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, by the way, thanks
So
Noel for taking that. You feel out when your audience members are starting answering questions on your behalf. So I
yeah,
appreciate it.
right.
Yeah, that's tricky. I guess it's something you just kind of play around with, maybe with different spellings and stuff, and really exaggerate and break. You can break it up, I guess, with dashes as well to get it
Mm-hmm.
right.
Right, right. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Pronunciation guide is the way to go. That's the best option. But yeah, Michael, cool. Up to 16,000 listens now
Wow,
after
that's
13
amazing.
episodes.
Congrats.
Sweet. Yeah, congrats there. It's awesome. Yeah, totally understand this. If more detailed analytics, it's very hard. The only platform that I know of that does a good job at knowing and tracking where a listener or a viewer falls off is YouTube. They kind of give you like this like fall off. TikTok does it too, I think, but they control that platform. So for us as a podcast, like you don't know really. It's much harder. So I can't really give you a good answer here, but yeah. So it'd definitely be great to know if I listened to it all, but I don't
Yeah,
have a great
it's
answer
yeah something we
personally.
need to like I said we look into. But right now, most of our users they just publish the Spotify app. I mean that's their focus, or they'll download the episode, which you can download using our video templates. We have a bunch of video templates like karaoke, spotlight, classic, etc. And they'll like download with different aspect ratios the videos, and then they'll publish them themselves. So
Right, right, totally. And just because I want to continue on this like thread of pronunciations, that's really cool, Natasha. So Xavier University, right? That, at the end of the day, hopefully, just the voices pronounce things right, and it's hard because some voices just are trained a little bit differently, and one voice might say the word correctly, and another voice might say it wrong. And it's not like a jelly pod specific like thing. It's like that one voice is just trained a little bit differently, and it just says words a little bit differently. So yeah,
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, so let's see. Okay. Um, that's probably an issue that happened this morning. So thank you. Well, I'll
Yeah.
fix this.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
makes sense. I'll look into this, Emily. Not many people upload PVCs, but so that's probably that was a mess on my part. But we'll get this fixed. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Um, sweet. Oh, where? Yeah, this one. I mean, yeah, this is a good question. Um, where when coming from browsers, if not the website. Do you remember Blow on this?
Oh, I mean, well, we use a analytics service called OP3, like the, and what it
Right.
does is, there we add a prefix to your RS feed downloads and stuff. So every time somebody pulls that link, it anonymously goes and pings this third-party service that tracks it. And this is other platforms like Apple and Spotify have partnership with it. It's a big major service that people podcast platforms use, and so that's how that works. So it's based
Right.
on that particular download URL.
Right. And this could be from the embed player. So if you embed your
Yeah,
podcast on like
Michael
a website,
did mention he uses the embed player. That's, I guess, where the majority of downloads them. So yeah, and then if every time you click on the embed player, that should trigger a listen.
right, right. Totally. Yeah. So if you never used embed player, actually we made some changes last week. Somebody messaged, some things, if you message us at the right time in support and you're like, hey, I want this little feature. If it's small enough and contained, we could actually have like AI go out there and write the feature, and we'll just review it and make sure it works and everything, which is kind of crazy. So last week somebody asked us, I want to customize my embed player's colors completely. We give like 8 themes that are just we've designed them. We chose the colors, and somebody's like, "Hey, like my company's website colors are these. Um, can I adjust the colors?" We didn't have the way to do that, but I actually just kind of we built that feature in like 30 minutes, and we were like,
Nice.
hey, actually now you can do it. And so that's kind of a crazy thing that the future we're entering. But some things that if you want something done, message us about it because there's a potential that it could get done that same day. So
Yeah, yeah, no, super cool, nice. And yeah, somebody mentioned they haven't used the embed player. The embed player is super cool. I actually think if you have a lot of like blogs or any text content, it's such an easy way to, uplift it by just adding an embed player that basically is an audio version of that blog post and stuff. And
right,
it's very, it lets your users just like listen to it rather than read it, which is great for them. It also has been great for SEO purposes and for Google, etc. Because it comes off as a very good signal that wow, this person has really put effort into their blog or content, etc. And so it's and sets you apart from the crowd.
right,
So super
totally,
easy to do.
yeah, yeah. If you need help setting it up, just message us and support. But yeah, it's like a like you just copy some code and you put it in your page and it's done. So um, hi F Joseph. Greetings. Why would somebody upload a PVC, professional voice clone versus clone generated by Jellypod? PVCs are just they're 11 Labs sort of higher quality voice clones that require just 30 minutes of audio. A lot of people don't have 30 minutes of audio. They don't want to sit in front of a mic for 30 minutes um, to do it. Maybe you do, but a lot of people don't. It's from what I could tell, it's marginally better to import a 11 Labs voice professional voice clone than the clones that we have, but not much.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not worth it.
And
And
that
you
gap
also have
is
to
going down like
right,
every month. Yeah, so I think the what it costs what $99, $100 basically for that, and so
right,
at some point it was like the gap was huge. So depending on your use case, if you really want to make sure you've got the most pristine voice clone possible. And $100 is not a big deal for you. I mean, you can like invest in it, but for the most part, the difference is minimal, and it's getting even more minimal. And it's fine to use. I think for 99% of the time, I think it's just fine to just use clone.
Right.
It's much easier too, because you
Right.
need what 1 minute of audio versus with PVC. I think you need a 30 minutes or 1 hour. Like you actually,
Yeah, something
it
crazy.
makes you go through different ranges of your voice, etc. So really capture the essence of how you talk.
Right. Right. Totally.
Yeah,
Totally. So hopefully that was helpful.
yeah.
Um, and then we have another question about embed player. Is it target specific episode, just latest one? By default, it's the latest podcast for that, or latest episode for that podcast. But you can add in an episode ID to make it be a specific episode. So it's not easily discoverable on that page, but in the help article, if you click below, there's a
Mm.
link that just tells you how to do it. Maybe we can make this a little bit
Yeah.
easier.
In the episode page, Pearson, like in the share URL, do you have the share embed code? Like you can just like copy.
No, it's not there.
Oh,
No, it's
interesting.
not
I
there.
thought it
So
was.
maybe we could do
Maybe we should
that. We
just
could
add
put
that.
it there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
down.
feel like that might be easier. Um, yeah, yeah. See, it's just like we always discover new
Yeah.
stuff. as we
Maybe that
talk.
will be out
This is why
today
we talk to you
on the
guys.
share. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. But I know we have a lot of our users, well, some of our users, they they have basically a blog post, or every post, they they have a podcast, and then they'll make a blog about each episode, right? Repurposing content, super powerful. So they have a blog, and then they'll on top they'll have the audio player. So I guess the way they do it is probably just have the same widget, and they change the episode ID, right, in that embed
Hmm.
code widget for each page. So
Right, right. Yeah, and like one of the other things on the embed player, like when we build out features, we kind of do a lot of research around podcast hosting providers. What do they give? What do they do? What does Spotify give people? What do other major players give people? And we kind of incorporate that as knowledge and context into kind of what we should build. One of the things I've seen before is like on the embed player, you have the whole podcast where you can see like episodes beneath it. Um, that's something that I was like, oh, maybe AI like Claude could rip out that feature too. Honestly, I don't know.
So
That'd be
wait,
interesting.
can you repeat that? Like,
So it's like the embed player is
right,
the normal player like we have
right.
today, but underneath there's just a list of the episodes for that podcast. So you can actually
Oh,
click on an episode below and just, maybe it's the latest one that's automatically
right.
selected, but below is like the previous ones. So,
Interesting. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. Or you can like have an expand button in the embed player that rather than just having the previous next, and then suddenly it maybe expands to a list or something.
right.
Yeah, embed player is very cool. We haven't talked about it, but I've thought about like the video, like having a video version of it where it's basically an iframe or something to our
Mm,
the published episode video template, and then you can actually have a video template there as well, because why
right.
limit yourself just to the audio player? I don't see that
That's
people doing
true.
that enough, but that would be cool. And that gives us, because it'll be on our website, gives us a way to track analytics on the video, like the duration and everything as well, which could be cool, to see where people drop off
Right.
and stuff. So
Right.
yeah, so
That,
yeah,
that's cool.
lots of
The,
possibilities.
I created an issue in our roadmap, and I think there's some improvements that we can do on the actual published video downloads, like uh, putting it onto that other service. And I think they have. I know we've talked about it before, but like on Mux on the streaming service, but and working
Oh
that
yeah,
out
Mux.
because like right now the thing that I notice on the video, if you're sending people the video, your link to your episode, it actually, if you're on a slow internet connection, it downloads the entire video before it can start playing. And for a 20-minute video, that
Mm,
can be a little slow, and it also costs us bandwidth. So it's like it's not the best um, experience for anybody, but it's
right.
just kind of uh,
Right, and I know Mux will,
so
it gets you kind of like the equivalent of the Next.js image component where it has like a lower resolution version of it. Maybe it just pops in first and then it,
right.
like how the image blurs and then comes. So that could be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
my biggest concern would be the price. And I mean, with any third-party service, I'm sure they charge by
right,
bandwidth or something.
right.
But yeah, it could be worth it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
totally.
we don't
I
want to
think
get into the weeds of some of this,
yeah,
but
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
this is how we talk about like the engineering and finance. There's one part engineering and one part the financial and product side. So yeah,
Right.
it's like love startups. You have to think of
Totally.
it up from every angle.
And that's the fun part about it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a fun experience. Justin,
RSS
hey
simply
Justin.
lacks details like chapter markers and better descriptions. Ah, that's
So yeah, two questions here. Does this well? Plans to enhance
interesting.
RSS. So cool. Chapter markers. Great call out. It's not so we use podcast 2.0 RSS tags, which Spotify doesn't use. Apple Podcast does for chapters. Um, but there's stuff that we could do there to improve this
Yeah.
side
Do we
on
pass
chapter
in the
markers.
transcript in the RSS? Or
Hmm, I think we do, if I remember correctly. But
hmm.
maybe we don't. I think I remember doing this, but I don't remember now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It could be interesting because I know Spotify and stuff like lets you shows you the transcript. I don't know if they do it themselves or they rely on the RSS having it or something. But interesting. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, Justin, on this better descriptions. What do you mean by better descriptions? The podcast description comes from like the description that you put in. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Um,
And each episode has a title and description as well, which you control. So I mean that's
right.
just
Maybe you're talking about like clicking AI enhance or something and it makes it better or something,
hmm.
or episode descriptions. Yeah, because you could change your episode description. Your description gets generated with when you generate your outline slash script. So um, maybe we could do better. Um,
Hmm.
but
No.
yeah, let us know, Justin, on that. Um, this is such a cool. So many people were active today. It's great.
Yeah,
I love
no,
it.
I don't recall getting so many questions. Most of them focus on the analytics and data part, which is a great signal for us. You guys help us focus on okay, this is what is important. We should be working on. Because there's 1,000 different things we can do at any point. So, you know, it helps us
Totally,
calibrate.
totally. Yeah. But Justin, if you want to message us offline as well, or if you want to post it here about what you're trying to do, um, yeah, AI enhancement feature would be nice. Natasha here said this. Makes sense.
Yeah, if you can, like for the outline and stuff, we do use it subtly in other ways. So if you generate an outline and stuff, and you can like click the add chapter button, it'll generate like a placeholder, which is based on the previous outline chapters and stuff. So we like to make it more seamless for you to generate, the chapters, etc. But yeah, I mean, we've maybe stuff like highlighting a certain section and regenerating and stuff.
Right.
Whether for the script or something that could be interesting. Just make it easier. We've also
Totally.
talked about AI transcript editing, like where it's almost like you're chatting with the transcript and it's editing. I mean, that's something we've thought about. Um, I guess we're still thinking through about like how that would look like for you guys. But lots of ideas there.
Right. Right. Totally. Um, there's a yeah. I have some ideas on the AI enhanced stuff too. So we'll talk offline. Um, but yeah, so usually just stick this to 30 minutes, 10 to 10:30. I know we're over a little time, so thanks everybody for sticking around. But if you have any last questions, I know it takes a second because it's a delay, but any last questions, throw them in the chat. Stick around for a few more minutes and answer anything else. But if there's not, um, we'll close off the chat and we'll see you all next Wednesday. So um, yeah, and message us in support at any time. I know last week we had a challenge. There was a different. If I think James was here, I think, but there was a few people that went to a different live stream because the streaming platform created a new live stream that wasn't attached to the email. So that was a mess. But thanks for everyone. Most people jumped on to the other one, but sorry that happened for anybody that thinks we didn't do the weekly Wednesday last week. We did, but this happens every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Join if you can. If not, there'll be a recording. And yeah, so
Yeah, no, super cool, guys. Great catch, catching up with you, and yeah, we'll I
Yeah,
guess see
it's good
you.
to see you back. I mean, I think
Yeah,
everybody like to see you here.
yeah,
So
no, it's good to be back. It's awesome.
yeah, cool,
Well,
cool. And Emily, I'll chat with you offline on the PVC fix, and we'll get that out ASAP. So cool. Talk to everybody next week. See you all then. So
all right, bye guys.
bye.